G'day, everybody. Thanks for watching. If you're watching the replay, just drop a comment. Replay. If you haven't seen me before, my name is Dwayne. Hello, pleased to meet you. It's been a while since I've done a live, so I thought I'd just jump on and say a few quick words about something that was just on my mind. And if you looked in the description, you'll see the phrase "love never fails," and that is actually an ancient principle which is found in the Bible. And when I talk about the Bible, I don't talk about it purely from a religious sense. I talk about it from a historical text as well, and something that can be practical in its wisdom and guidance. Just as many people quote books that are published in the last 50, 100 years, well, I don't see a problem in quoting a book that's been written thousands of years ago. So that's one of the reasons that I like to delve into that, because a lot of the principles found in the Bible are also principles that people use today in things like personal development. So what I wanted to talk about was that principle. I think it's 1 Corinthians 13. If anyone wants to look at that, it describes love in great detail. But the very last part of that description of love is that it says love never fails. So how can we apply that to ourselves? Well, we just saw with the disgraceful actions that happened in Christchurch with our friends over there. That happened because there was an absence of love, and there's been an absolute outpouring of love in support of that. But the reason it happened was because there was a lack of love. Even in our personal lives, if we're trying to achieve something and we feel like we're failing, why not try and inject more love into it? Like, for instance, we were having a bit of a rough time with our kids, and they were going a bit out of control recently around meal times, and nothing we could do. Hey Jackie, thanks for jumping on. Nothing we did with our kids made anything any better. But it wasn't the kids that had a problem, it was Kel and I. Hi Rosie May, thanks for jumping on. Where are you from? I'm curious to know where all my viewers are from. So what Kel and I did with our kids is that we adjusted what we did around dinner times. We got into some bad habits with the kids. We were feeding them early, we were feeding them separately to us, and then we'd go and have dinner separately. So I said, right, no, that's the kids are old enough now so that we can all sit and have our meals together, because that is a special time that, I mean, it's well known, but we just got into a bad habit. So we had to recognize that what the kids needed was they needed us. And like Kerwin Ray says, that kids spell love T-I-M-E. And so that time around dinner times was something that we needed to improve on. So we needed to have more focus on making sure that all of our meal times, or as many as possible, could be together. Oh, that's awesome, Rosie May, Philippines. Welcome. Hope everything's well up there. I'm about as far south in Tassie as you can, in Australia, as you can get in Tasmania. So yeah, and it's worked really well, and you can see on our kids' faces that time that we're putting into them by specifically going and putting that time into our kids, and that's the point. My point is, when I say love never fails, is that we made that change based on love. Hey Curtis, how you going, buddy? Good to see you. So it was love that motivated us to want to change, and that's what made things better. It wasn't the actual thing that we did that made things better, it was our motive behind it. And we wanted our kids to feel loved by us. We didn't want to be frustrated, we didn't want to be angry with them, because that just wasn't working. But when we injected love into the mix and just tweaked that little bad habit that we had, turned it into a better habit, the kids responded so well. And it was it's fantastic that we're able to do that, and we love it too. We can see that on the kids' faces how happy they are. It makes us happy, and when love is given, you always get love back. So if you're struggling in whatever it is you're doing, if you're having a struggle, inject some love into it. Don't get frustrated with it and angry with it. Inject some love into it and see what comes back. Because as that ancient text said, love never fails. So it's not the everything around you that's going wrong. It's you and the amount of love that you inject into it. So give it a try and let me know what you think. Thanks, Jackie. Appreciate your comments and appreciate everyone jumping on. Thanks, Curtis. Appreciate it, brother. I will catch you all another time.